Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker. He's Derek. Our conversation of the day is stocks. You gotta love them. You gotta hate them. Gonna blow my... Not even a fucking bless you, Mr. Catholic, as we apparently learned. Bless myself, I guess. Maybe you just fucking know that devil's luck, but... Still,
anyways,
I feel like you should be blessing me.
So,
dick.
I feel like I have stocks in Ford.
That's a random one. I guess they'd all
Well,
be
I didn't
random,
pick Zinker. Yeah, they're all gonna be random. I didn't pick them.
Sure
I have. You know what's really sad?
Yeah.
I'm so sad. One of my biggest regrets of my life, actually, is I have this problem a lot. When in stock, when it comes to stocks or things that work in a similar manner to stocks, I'm very bad at committing to. Oof.
Yeah, I got I like train brown. That was what that was.
I'm very bad at committing to taking a financial risk, and there have been so many times in my life where if I had, it would have paid off immensely for me.
See, but that's the thing for you too, Derek. Oh, I just realized I fucked up that shortcut. It's because it's in mirror mode. Don't come at me like pros. I'm a little confused with this map. All right, I'm doing it in mirror mode because A, it's interesting. B, because it's part of a challenge. Anyhow, Derek, for you, like if you actually took the risk, your luck wouldn't pan out for you.
See, I'm never convinced it will, which is why I don't.
Instead, what you should do is ask me to take the financial risk for you.
I should.
There's a decent chance that
split
pays
it
out. I'm not.
I need you, Zinker. I need you to click buy.
Yeah. We need me to own it.
I need you to have your hand out.
You need to convince me to do it, and then convince me that since you convinced me to do it, and that you basically get to say like I didn't want to do it because of my luck, so I convinced you to do it. So I'm hoping you'll give me half because I would have given you half of what you paid. I'd be like, okay, fair.
I have to Zinker. I also have to I have to be your I should be your financial advisor, but I also have to tell you the opposite of what I want because otherwise you won't listen.
That's true. That's true. You know,
I have to be like, don't invest in Hershey's, and then you'll be like, okay, all my money in Hershey's, and then you'll make a bunch of money, and then I'll be like, okay, so here's the thing, Zinker. I know I told you not to, but what I was actually doing.
Yeah. No, actually, there's a funny story about that, kind of. See, 401ks, right?
Yeah.
You know, randomly.
Retirement fund.
There's no reason I really should have been offered this, but randomly at my job, which doesn't typically offer this to people, a guy comes in, says he wants to talk with me about owning a 401k. I'm like, what? He came out of nowhere. Even the manager didn't know. She didn't know he was coming in. My pal Alicia, who was, who was in a full-time position at the time, didn't even get offered a 401k yet. This guy came in, offered me a 401k, and he's with the company, so he's legit. And I have no idea what this is because I just wasn't expecting it.
I'm glad you say he was with the company because I did not believe he was legit.
What if he didn't say he was with the company? Well, they confirmed it was with their 401k guys or whatever.
Okay.
So that
I'm just saying
confirmed it to me. So
until you said that, it sounded like it was just some crazy guy who's like, yes, sir, let me offer you a 401k.
Yeah, well,
they knew trench coat with
they knew what he was. But see, okay, so this sketched me out a little bit though, because I was like, what? It's because I worked enough hours to be considered full time. So they had to offer it to me or something like that. But I feel like I was the only one actually offered it of people of a multitude of people that probably worked as much as me. I don't know. Anyhow, this guy, I know nothing about 401ks, how they work, and honestly, even after that conversation, I still don't. I learned absolutely nothing.
It's a retirement fund.
Thank you, Derek. That was the part I was most confused about, was whether it was a retirement fund or not.
It's generally a plan where you basically commit to setting aside a certain percentage, up to a certain percentage of your check every like a week, and it's tax free, and then the oftentimes the business will match it up to a certain percentage.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And the idea is to grow this retirement fund. So when you do eventually get old enough and want to retire, then you will have a fund of your 401k that you can draw from to live out the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work anymore because people live too long.
I mean, it doesn't work anymore. It still works.
Because
you retire
people,
like 65 or something now.
Yeah, it's
we
not
don't have
money.
to, but yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, so he was telling me all that, and he's telling me all the different options, right? And there's basically different levels. I don't remember the exact level names, but there's one that's like safety, like very safe. It's basically you just setting aside the money, and that's kids. It's basically different levels of you can invest it, and it'll pay it out and help grow it out more. So you had like a very safe one that was I can't think of it. Like it's just you setting aside money. Then there's a little bit where you invest like a little bit for the most part. You're saving your money. There's a balance, equal split saving, equal split investing. Then there was like growth, which is like you're mostly growing, and then there's like aggressive growth or something like that. And that is like you are investing it all, which is risky, but it could pay off. And when you're not,
I was hoping he was gonna say, and then there's the one that no one has ever taken. We call it the DART method. Every week when you we take a dartboard that has a bunch of pluses and minuses of amounts of money, and we throw a dart at random. The randomness is determined by a machine, so like it's not.
I would have chosen.
It's not like
still.
a person, like, and then
by luck, it's a bullseye
whatever the
or
money,
whatever. Whatever's a high value each time.
And wherever the dart hits is how much you either make or lose.
Yeah, anyhow, this guy was telling me, he was like, so when you're growing these things, it's important to make a plan that will help your monetary growth. And he was really, really insistent that because I was so young, that I start growth or even aggressive growth. Because even though the aggressive growth was high risk or whatever, it's not. I have nothing to lose. I have no 401k. I had no prior established 401k, so like, but essentially though, right? Like, yeah, I can invest. It might not pay off, but like, whatever. It's not like I'm making the most. I think the minimum I had to put was 4%, so I put just 4% because I could advise this later, sorta. And realistically, I did. Ow! I mean that's hot, but ow! That was in regards to the game. Anyhow, but this guy was like trying to sell me on the growth and high growth, and I didn't have my dad there, which would have been the person I would have asked about this, and I didn't really know. Like I don't know anything about like 401ks. So to me, this guy is selling it to me. I'm like, does he benefit from this? And as he's explaining it to me, I'm thinking it doesn't seem like he would benefit from this, but maybe it does. Maybe he's just trying to sell it to me, pull one over me. So like I'm a little hesitant, but to believe him, Even though he's an expert, I you know, like, I don't know anything about him. So, at the same time, I don't want to be stupid and like be super safe in case he was telling the truth. So I decided balanced. I go and talk. My dad's like, yeah, you want to do growth and high growth, whatever, because, you know, basically the same reasons the guy said. I'm like, oh, huh. I guess he wasn't maliciously out to get me.
My guess is that the growth would be investing in that in your company.
No, I don't think so.
What?
He didn't. I think he implied it was kind of like random what it was. I don't think it was investing in that company. I know,
because like I know
despite
what
some
companies.
Our business looks like, we are owned by like one of the wealthiest people in Connecticut. So like, even though
you're privately owned, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, we're owned by a very rich family
company
that I'm only not saying because then it pretty much narrows out where I work. But you know, they I'm pretty certain the place does not really profit that much, and they just have it because it's, you know, it's something for them and their kids to do, which is fair.
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Hey,
if you use for money laundering, who knows?
I don't. It's not used for money laundering. They literally give us a counter defective pen, and you have to test it on like every hundo and 50.
That is not how money laundering works.
All right, how's money?
That is not how laundering works at all.
Since you seem to be so knowledgeable about
that's when you. Okay, Zinker. That's when you. Money laundering is basically you have a business on the side that the IRS doesn't know about.
Right.
That you don't declare on your taxes at all. And so what you do is,
we have this whole solar panel thing that we installed on our roofs to reduce our taxes, and I don't know how it powers the whole place, honestly, because doesn't seem like it does anything. Because
it probably helps. It doesn't. I doubt it.
I doubt
it doesn't do it all, but like I'm sure it just helps.
It
might not even help, but like the government appreciates it.
The government, I question whether they actually are like connected to anything or not. Sometimes, just sometimes.
Okay. So the way money laundering works though is basically you're getting income from somewhere else. Like let's say you just let's say you do like you make pornos on the side and
okay,
like sell those without like declaring it on your income at all when you do your taxes.
Right.
So like let's say you're making like $30,000 a year from pornos that aren't being declared. Well, if the IRS goes to audit you, they can look at they can basically request all your financial records and basically request that you tell them like where all this money that you have has come from. If you you basically need to be able to show all these assets, be able to say like, look, this is where it's coming from. So what people do is if you have like a business on the side or like an extra business on the side too or something like that, if you are clever with basically faking ledgers and whatnot, you can basically fake records of what a business has brought in or whatnot to be able to make up for the extra money that you're making on the side. So if you have records to show, you have records to basically but you have fake records basically to show that where all your money came from.
Right.
Should you be? It's basically used to make it, it's basically used to try to prevent you from being audited in general. That wasn't the best description of it, but basically you use it to avoid being audited and avoid being investigated by the IRS.
Okay. I don't think that's it. I think it's just a little side thing.
For tax fraud.
Alright. The cup is mirror. Oh, that's right. That was also a
That probably is what it is. I'm just saying, like,
okay. So
I
Derek,
wouldn't be surprised.
this
I
is
think
where
because
you're
of the
gonna be.
nature of where you work, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what. But
This is where you're gonna see what made me go, oh my god, they can't do this to me. She's fur bait, and I don't like that. But her outfit is adorable.
I didn't get to say any of what I was going to initially at the start
Well,
of this
that's
episode.
fine because we're honestly gonna continue the session because obviously it's going well. So
I think
that's usually how
I
it
gotta
works.
say my
Look
thing.
at her! Look at her! That's adorable.
I guess. Yeah.
All right, Derek. Be honest. Be honest. It literally has a parasail and she's walking around it. She's spinning it. She's doing flips. She's even tipping her hat.
Okay, now that I think about it in less clothes, then I guess it is pretty nice.
I like the clothes she has. I want to see a girl in that full outfit, like a human girl, not fur bait, please. And if you're wondering, yes, I did the cup just to show that exact victory pose because it's great. Next time on Speletons. Bye bye.